Hi, I'm Steve Thornton. I'm Vice Principal for Health at BOTS and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, Queen Mary. First of all, let me say congratulations. I realise it's perhaps a year late, but it's fantastic to say congratulations anyway. And you've done a really amazing thing qualifying with a degree from BOTS and London at Queen Mary. You now join a group of an amazing alumni, all of whom will help you in your future careers. There are some amazingly famous alumni, and it's not fair to pick out any one in particular, but I'll give you a couple of examples. In my own area of obstetrics, B. Lynch designed a suture that has saved many women suffering from postpartum hemorrhage after childbirth. Or Robert Winston, or Lord Winston, many of you will know from his TV appearances or from his talk last year at graduation. But many people who've made such an incredible difference, as I know you will in the future, now you are a graduate from this university. It's a pity that the graduation and rites of passage was delayed, but actually you are an incredible year. You've done things that no other year has had the opportunity to do. You qualified and you immediately helped out with the response to COVID. You've also had the opportunity to see how the NHS has responded to COVID. You've helped in that response, and no doubt over the last year you've had some amazing times. You've probably also had some very sad times. Nothing actually prepares you in the way that you need for graduation and working as a doctor or as a dentist. I suspect that those student days now, even a year later, seem a long time ago. However, looking forward, you've got an amazing career ahead. Whatever you choose to do is truly amazing. For me, I enjoy my clinical practice as much now as I did almost 40 years ago when I qualified. I remember saying exactly that to you on day one, and it's still the same now as it was then. Whatever you choose to do, enjoy it. I would say work hard, play hard, and have a fantastic career. It's great that you've qualified. Enjoy rites of passage. Enjoy today. Enjoy this evening. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Matt and I'm this year's BARTS and the London Students Association President, which means I represent all the medical, dental and other SMD students within BARTS and the London. We're so excited to introduce you to Rites of Passage 2021, and although you can't be with us physically, we hope you're comfortable at home or wherever you are watching the live stream. Before we start, I thought we'd introduce you to some of the team that made this event possible. They've been working really hard, and I'm sure you'll appreciate and love every bit of the ceremony.
Hello everyone, my name is Andreas and I'm the current VP BARTS.
Hi, I'm Tharaby and I'm the current VP London.
Hi, I'm Grace and I am last year's VP BARTS and I ran the ceremony for the class of 2020 just a few weeks ago, and I've been really involved in this one. I'm also a graduate, so I'm currently on the Cathedral floor and really excited to be part of the ceremony.
So yeah, we're just going to introduce Rites of Passage and let you know what it is all about. So Rites of Passage is an annual flagship event which is led by the BLSA, which is our student association, and it's a day of celebration basically for all our medical and dental graduates, where we celebrate both academic achievements and extracurricular activities. And yeah, it's basically where they get to recite the modern day Hippocratic Oath, which is the Declaration of Geneva, and they officially become doctors.
And due to COVID, it has been quite difficult, but we're really excited to bring Rites of Passage to you in the shape and form that it's in, and really excited to be bringing Rites of Passage to you live streamed, and also to the graduates who are sitting in St Paul's Cathedral right now. So yeah, really excited.
We're really grateful for this event to have been sponsored by the Medical Protection Society and our alumni, both through the BARTS and the London Alumni Association and the Queen Mary Annual Fund. It's made us really grateful and means that this event is possible. If you would like to help us out even a little bit, there is a donation link in the description below for this video.
So that's it from us. You'll be happy to know the ceremony is going to begin very soon. We hope that you'll enjoy it. We're so proud of this year's graduates. They have worked incredibly hard throughout their time here at Barts of London, and especially in the last 12 to 18 months where they stepped up, worked in the NHS, volunteered, gave jabs, supported their colleagues, and then did that all whilst sitting their finals. They're going to be incredible, incredible clinicians, and we hope that you'll join us right now in giving them a huge round of applause. They're currently in St. Paul's Cathedral, but this is going to be a great one. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it causes me great pleasure on behalf of the Dean and Chapter to be able to welcome you to St. Paul's Cathedral for this wonderful graduation ceremony. I hope you will be able to take some time during the evening to stop and to savour the moment. I would like to add my congratulations onto the congratulations of your friends and family. This is a wonderful achievement. Many, many congratulations. And now can I invite you to stand for the academic procession as the ceremony begins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I bid you all a warm welcome to the Rites of Passage Ceremony of 2021. My name is Andreas, and I am your Vice President Barts.
And my name is Tharaby, and I am your Vice President London for Barts and the London Students Association.
You may be seated. You will be glad to hear that with the lifting of restrictions and in today's sweltering heat, as you are all socially distanced while seated, you can remove your face coverings. However, please continue to wear your face coverings when not seated.
This ceremony is to recognise the wonderful achievements of our Barts and the London graduates. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our first speaker of the evening, the Barts and the London Students Association Staff President, Professor Nicholas Lemoyne. Unfortunately, he cannot be here today, and therefore we will be reading his speech on his behalf.
Welcome. It is a great pleasure to see you all here tonight to celebrate this occasion. This is Rites of Passage, a unique ceremony organized by the students for the students. It is an historic day for you as graduates of the Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, one that you will never forget, especially in the middle of a pandemic here, in one of the world's most iconic buildings in the center of the City of London. You have graduated from a dental school with an illustrious history.
The original Royal London Hospital Medical School, founded in 1785, was the first to be granted a charter in this country and has had many famous graduates and staff. Among the names associated with our dental school is Elizabeth Garrett Anderson, who was born in a pawnbroker's shop in Whitechapel, studied with the professors at the Royal London Medical College and became the first female doctor to qualify in England. She went on to be the co-founder of the first hospital staffed by women, the first female dean of a British medical school, and the first female doctor of medicine to practice in France.
Barts is perhaps even more historic. Prior here, a monk who had at one time been a canon here at St. Paul's Cathedral, went on a pilgrimage to Rome. He was struck down with malaria and suffered a terrible fever. He had a vision of St. Bartholomew, and when he finally recovered, he decided to dedicate his life to the care of the poor and sick in the City of London. He founded Britain's oldest hospital in 1123, and Barts is unique in being on the same site for the last 900 years.
Famous names associated with Barts and the London include William Harvey, who discovered the circulation of blood through the heart and vessels, Archibald Garrold, who pioneered the field of inborn errors of metabolism, and more recently, Sir Mark Caulfield, who led the 100,000 Genomes Project.
Barts and the London is not all about the past. Today, it is very much focused on the present and the future. A very special part of the medical school is the Students' Association, which is perhaps the beating heart of our organization. It is incredibly vibrant, and as well as being there to look after the interests of all the students studying in the school, it provides activities that really enrich the experience of everyone here. It supports over 60 societies and sports clubs and volunteering groups, and has activities ranging from the Teddy Bear Hospital, where our students work with the children of Tower Hamlets to eliminate the fear of doctors and dentists, through to the Street Doctors charity dedicated to teaching life-saving first aid skills to 11 to 25-year-olds at risk of youth violence in East London.
The association has been ably led this year by the President Matt Robertson, supported by Andreas Hadjidemetriou, Vice President of Barts, Tharbi Dharmapathy, Vice President for London, and Milton Justin Sudhakaran, the Dental President. As the Staff President, I would like to offer my heartfelt thanks to them for all the work they and their colleagues have put into organising not only Rites of Passage tonight, but also all the other activities over the very challenging last year.
As a graduate of this medical school myself, I know what it feels like to wear that gown and be presented with a degree certificate and prepare to set out from Barts and the London on the journey to your chosen professional career.
As the father of university graduates, I can sympathise with all the parents here who have made enormous sacrifices to support these graduates through the last 5, 6, or even 7 years of study. It has been a long and demanding time, but this evening is when we, the students and staff of this fantastic medical and dental school, say thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening. Those were the words of Professor Lemoyne's speech. Thank you, Professor, for your lovely words. I would now like to welcome our Dean for Dentistry, Professor Paul Coulthard.
Thank you. I feel immense pride as I congratulate you on your success. During these exceptional times, there is even more reason to celebrate your achievement. You know how hard you have worked to get here today, and today marks the culmination of all your efforts. You are undoubtedly the stars of the show, but there are some other incredibly important people to thank. Your families and your friends, and also your teachers. Much of clinical dentistry generates an aerosol. This was of such concern at the start of the pandemic that clinical dentistry was suspended around the world. Our Royal London Dental Hospital was reconfigured to offer medical care. Whilst this was clearly the right thing to do whilst there was insufficient PPE and did contribute to limiting the spread of infection to patients, colleagues and families, it was a huge blow to clinical education. We no sooner started to make progress last autumn when the Kent variant hit, and hit London especially hard, and the Royal London Hospital in particular. A large proportion of your clinical teachers, nurses and administrators were again redeployed to work in wider medicine, many working on COVID wards and in critical care. But with dedicated staff committed to enabling you to graduate, they worked extended hours to offer you clinical skills on Saturdays and those clinics in the evening. This new work pattern, whilst exhausting for them and for you, enabled you to catch up with much needed clinical experience so you could be ready to take up your dental foundation training posts. Incredible. What really did seem impossible has come to fruition. University life teaches you so much and changes you. Balancing lectures, clinics, assessment deadlines, social life, part-time jobs, caring commitments, commuting, and the dramas that come from shared living. These challenges teach new lessons and inspire new values. But the pandemic has been an additional huge challenge that none of us would have imagined. Many of you have worked on the front line of our health service during its greatest challenge it has faced in more than a generation, as healthcare assistants or vaccinators or more. I could not be more proud. You are the students of resilience. You are unique. Be proud. Use what you have learned to make a positive difference to health. We look to you to take your experiences with you as you shape the future, whether that be in general dental practice or as a specialist, a teacher, or undertaking research. Enjoy your next adventure and keep connected with us through the Barts and the London Dental Club. Remember and be proud that you spent a part of your life not just at dental school, but one of the best dental schools in the world. Currently overall 14th in the world, and for citation of our research papers, 2nd in the world. Today marks an important milestone, but reflect on the fact that none of us ever stops learning. Keep on learning, keep believing in yourselves, and stay curious. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Professor Coulthard. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Amitha Ranauta, Director of Undergraduate Dental Education, to present the Dental Awards in colours, and Professor Paul Coulthard, Dean for Dentistry, to present the scrolls.
Dr. Amin Ahmed, Argudent Society Blues, Islamic Society Colours, Merits in Years 1, 2 and 3. Dr. Abu Bakr Bana, Islamic Society Blues, distinctions in years 1 and 2 and merit in year 3. Dr. Zaria Butt, Dentalk Society Blues, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Amin Furat, BLSA Dental President, Association Honours, Dental Society Blues, Overall Part 1 Prize, Path Micro Part 2 Prize, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 5 and merit in year 3. Dr. Nasran Garami, merits in years 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Clelia Hadshipieri, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Safa Mohammadi Haravi, BDS with Honours, Men's Football Club Blues, CWF Thomas Prize for the SSM portfolio, distinctions in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Kunal Jain. Dr. Mustafa Nawaz Khan, merits in years 1, 3 and 5. Dr. Zainab Lawi, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Mohammed Sufia, merits in years 1, 2 and 3. Lee Lim, merit in year 2. Dr. Shahid Limbada, Islamic Society Colours, Best in Basic Sciences Part 1 Prize, Med-Surg Part 2 Prize, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 3 and merit in year 5. Dr. Nisha Mandalia, distinctions in years 1 and 2, merit in year 3 and 5. Dr. Meenakshi Jairam, Best Written Part 3 Prize, Part 5 Best in Section A Prize, Distinction in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5 and BDS Honours. Dr. Farouz Matan, Distinction in Year 5, Merits in Years 1, 2 and 3 and BDS Honours. Dr. Adam Musa, Distinctions in Years 1, 2 and 3 and Merit in Year 5. Dr. Gray Muskaj, Case Presentation Part 3 Prize, Distinctions in Years 1, 2 and 3 and Merit in Year 5. Dr. Yusuf Patel, Merits in Years 1, 2 and 5. Dr. Brandon Tiller, Men's Football Club Colours, Francis Fish Prize for Best Performance in the Unseen Restorative Case at B2, Distinctions in Years 1, 2 and 5, Merit in Year 3, and BDS Honours. Dr. Jamini Vadgama, BDS Part 5, Best in Section B, Distinction in Year 5, Merits in Years 1, 2 and 3, and BDS Honours. Dr. Taiba Yunus, Distinctions in Years 1 and 2, Merit in Years 3 and 5. Han Yi Chen, Distinction in Year 2, Merits in Years 1 and 3. Dr. Maliha Suleiman, Prize in Best Performance in Child Oral Health Case in B2, Best in Fundamentals of Clinical Dentistry Part 1 Prize, Overall Part 2 Prize, Overall Part 3 Prize, Distinctions in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5, and BDS with Honours. Dr. Safa Rafiq, Merits in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Diana Omar, Distinction in Year 2, Merit in Years 1, 3 and 5. Dr. Wafa Abubakar Muhyiddin, Islamic Society Colour, Merit in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Tanhida Jalil, Distinction in Year 3, Merits in Years 1, 2 and 5. Dr. Ikra Chowdhury, Merits in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Hamna Chowdhury, Islamic Society Blues, Distinction in Year 1, Merits in Years 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Sana Azhar, Merits in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Arifa Ahmadifard, BLSA Education Award, Dentalk Society and the Dental Mirror Blues, Alpine Club and Dental Society Colours, Distinctions in Years 1, 2 and 3 and Merit in Year 5. Dr. Sara Faruhi, Dental Society, Music Society and Student-Assisted Medical and Dental Applicants Colours, Distinctions in Year 2, Merits in Year 1, 3 and 5. Dr. Zamin Kesvani, Student-Assisted Medical and Dental Applicants Colours, Merits in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Atina Ahmed, Dental Society Colours, Merits in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Nazgul Meshe-Kirad, Dental Society and Griffin House Community Trust Colours, Merits in Years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Mohammed Mota, George Hankey Prize for Performance in the Unseen Oral Cavity at B2, Distinctions in Years 2, 3 and 5, Merit in Year 1, and BDS with Honours. Dr. Isabel Cleaves, Distinction in Year 2, Merits in Years 1, 3 and 5. Dr. Terry Reid, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 3 and merit in year 5. Dr. Emma Elliott, Squash Club Blues, Francis Fish Prize for Best Performance in the Unseen Restorative Case at B2, distinctions in years 2, 3 and 5, and merit in year 1, BDS with honours. Dr. Amran Hussain, merits in years 1, 2 and 5. Dr. Bogdan Manea, Walker Prize, merits in years 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Isabella Sassin, distinctions in years 2 and 3 and merit in years 1 and 5. Dr. Chi Wing Natalie Liu, Bart's Community Smiles Blues, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Noor Saira Tajuddin, merits in years 1, 2 and 3. Dr. Zunaira Ahmed, Bart's Community Smiles Colours, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Zohar Haider, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Ashley Munger, Best Performance in Part 2 Prize, merits in years 1, 2 and 3. Dr. Shona Anisa Sawani, Evelyn Sprawson Prize, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Celine Rasikanthan, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Ria Shah, distinctions in years 1 and 2, merit in years 3 and 5. Dr. Sharaniya Sukumar, distinctions in years 1 and 2, merit in years 3 and 5. Dr. Balveer Boodoo, distinction in year 1 and 5, merits in years 2 and 3, and BDS with honours. Dr. Rajan Chanda, BDS Part 2 prize, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 3 and merit in year 5. Dr. Satyam Sharma, distinctions in years 2 and 3, merit in years 1 and 5. Dr. Amina Arshad, BLSA Education Award, Evelyn Sprawson Prize, distinctions in years 1 and 3, merit in year 2 and 5. Dr. Iman Karmani, Islamic Society Colours, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. James Coughlin, distinction in year 3, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 4. Dr. Matthew Holder, Rugby Club Blues, merits in years 1, 2 and 5. Dr. Nagina Safi, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 3 and merit in year 5. Dr. Anika Rahman, Islamic Society Colours, merits in years 1 and 2. Dr. Beenish Khan, Islamic Society Colours, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Nadine Amin, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 3, merit in year 5. Dr. Rory Carey, distinctions in years 1, 2 and 3, and merit in year 5. Dr. Marina Duru, BDS Part 2 prize, distinctions in years 1, 2, 3 and 5, and BDS with honours. Dr. Tallulah Hall, BDS Part 5 Best Overall Student, distinctions in years 1, 2, 3 and 5, and BDS with honours. Dr. Ryan Lai, merits in years 1, 2 and 3. Dr. Usman Ahmed, distinctions in years 1 and 2, merit in years 3 and 5. Dr. Saad Habib, Boat Club Blues, distinctions in years 1 and 2, merit in year 3 and 5. Dr. Junaid Khalil, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. Dr. Rishi Sangha, merits in years 1, 2, 3 and 5. That was all of the dental graduates of the 2021 cohort for Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry.
Congratulations to you all for your incredible achievements. I would now like to welcome two of you to the stage for the student address, Dr. Shauna Sorni and Dr. Amina Arshad.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all very much for coming and spending this very special day with us. It truly means a lot to us. I'm Amina.
And I'm Shona, although after 5 years, we'd hope you'd know our names by now. We are honoured to have the opportunity to address you all today and are grateful to be able to come together and celebrate all our amazing achievements over the past 5 years. Today marks the end of an era, but also the start of the next exciting chapter of our lives. Before we move forward, let us take the opportunity to reflect on our time here at Barts.
What a journey these past 5 years have been. 5 years ago, we all gathered together in Milton Lecture Theatre, ready for our first ever Freshers event, Mummies and Daddies. We were all so excited to finally be welcomed into the Barts family and explore all the fine dining London had to offer. Freshers Week quickly came to an end, and we found ourselves sat in lecture theatres from 9 to 5, writing SPLs and pulling all-nighters for our termly ICAs. The real excitement started when we were able to put on our tunics and head into clinics, where we spent our time learning how to wash our hands and set up the bay, skills we all spent hours perfecting just before our OSCE examinations. When we weren't Boris biking around London, we were down in Mile End, spitting into test tubes to experiment on each other's saliva. Definitely one of the highlights of the year.
Second year, we stepped up from drooling to drilling, honing in on our manual skills in the clinical skills labs. During labs, we spent most of our time avoiding being caught using direct vision for upper molar cavities, trying not to be papped for our terrible posture, and unscrewing countless teeth. We'd personally like to take the opportunity to apologize on behalf of the whole year for all the plastic teeth that ended up in the bin. Our placements in Newham let us see how our medic counterparts lived, and we were led to believe we have managed to cover the whole medical degree in just 1 year. By the end of the year, we had gone from practicing injections on each other to finally being able to see our own patients.
In third year, we were sent to Barking-Tyne and Gutman, where we were really able to spend time refining and developing our clinical skills. When we weren't spending lunch breaks in Westfield Food Court, we were busy doing 6 PPCs, although for some of us, lift up didn't seem to agree. We were able to celebrate the milestone of reaching halfway with our midway ball. The finishing line was in sight, although the same could not be said for our crown preps.
And then came fourth year, the year we were so excited for, Southend Clinics by the Sea, getting more clinical experience, and of course our all-exciting electives. However, in March, everything changed. A pandemic hit, and what started initially as excitement about having a week off uni and a cancelled OSCE became a whole new way of teaching and life.
Lectures in BSD became lectures on Teams, and no one was asking, what lecture theatre are we in? Instead, the new question was, is it on Blackboard or Teams? With the disappointment of electives not going ahead, Southend being cut short, coupled with the apprehension about commencing our final year after 6 months with no university, we were nervous and uncertain about how we would ever graduate on time.
I think we can all say fifth year has been an experience, to say the least. From routine messages on a Friday evening wondering when the weekly timetable would be out, to countless Google forms needing to be filled out, there was always something going on. We found ourselves having to navigate a new way of dentistry, with enhanced PPE and fit testing turning us into our patients' worst nightmares, not mentioning any names.
What started off with limited patient contact suddenly turned into constant clinics. From assisting for postgrads to seeing patients on emergency and evening clinics, we were doing whatever we could to make up for lost time and get our target requirements. More importantly, we were really given the opportunity to make a difference, whether it was through getting patients out of pain or giving them their long-awaited dentures.
5 years ago, we could never have expected this is how our final year of dental school would be. Despite all the challenges and obstacles, we have managed to get through it, and now we can finally say we are dentists, an achievement we should all be extremely proud of.
On one hand, we're sad that our time at university has come to an end. We'll miss walking through the dental hospital and seeing all of our friends and the amazing tutors and nurses. Studying at Barts has really felt like being part of a family, and we're truly grateful to have been able to spend the last 5 years with you all.
But we are also filled with excitement to start the next chapter of our lives, see patients independently in the big wide world, and most excitingly, authorize our own radiographs. Although it will be a challenge, the past year has shown that we are capable of doing absolutely anything.
We wish you all success and happiness in your future endeavours, both inside and outside of dentistry. We'd just like to end by giving a special thanks to all the wonderful people who have supported us throughout our time at dental school.
We wouldn't have been able to get through these past 5 years without all the support of our amazing tutors, nurses, lab technicians, family and friends.
Congratulations once again, class of 2021.
We can't wait to see where the future takes us.
Thank you.
Thank you both for your really inspiring and moving speech. I would now like to invite Dr. Dominic Hurst, Academic Lead for Student Support, to lead the recitation of the Declaration of Geneva.
In the aftermath of the Second World War, the world's medical community gathered in 1948 to reassert the humanitarian goals of medicine. The General Assembly of the World Medical Association were concerned about abuses by the medical community revealed in the Nuremberg trials. In response, 2 years were spent developing a universal charter of medicine that reinforces both the human and patient rights. I invite all graduates to join me in reading the Declaration of Geneva. You can find it on the reverse side of your handbook. Here we go. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. Please follow. Okay. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standards. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hurst. Mr. Milton Justin Thakkaran, the Barts and the London Students Association Dental President of 2020-2021, will now say a few words.
Good evening to our esteemed faculty, loved ones, and of course, our fresh batch of graduates. My name is Milton, and I'm privileged to have served as the student president for our dental society this year. It is my absolute honor to be given this opportunity to share a few words on your special day. The Rites of Passage Ceremony is one with incredibly rich tradition, and for us to be seated together at St. Paul's Cathedral to celebrate your achievements is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. On behalf of the entire student body, I would like to say congratulations. Today marks another huge milestone that you have reached within your academic journeys, and once again, you have all proved to yourselves and your loved ones that you have what it takes to achieve your dreams. Every single one of you have overcome obstacles, including a whole pandemic, to finally be called independent dentists and doctors. By the way, dentists are doctors. You've spent 5, 6, and some of you even 7 years completing your training here. And in that time, I hope you found friends, discovered new passions, made unforgettable memories, and some of you have even met your future spouse. Touch wood. A dental school is built upon the caliber of its students. And based on this, I can tell you all confidently that you have graduated from the best dental school in the world. No other dental students in the world are built the way all of you are. And I want you all to wear your black and white robes today with pride as a symbol of excellence. Now, I want to invite you all on a short trip down memory lane to reflect on all of your experiences at Barts. I'm sure the first-year versions of you are extremely proud to see yourselves here now, beginning the next chapter of your lives. Remember the reasons for why you entered dental school, and feel the satisfaction of knowing you are one step closer to achieving those goals, if you haven't already. Remember all those nights preparing for the UK CAT and plagiarizing your personal statements, and remember the beaming smiles on your faces when you found out you were accepted to study dentistry. I can see all of those same beaming smiles now in front of me. There will have been small moments during dental school that you will cherish looking back upon, and some maybe not as much. For example, I know you all excel in hitting the adjacent tooth since your first year in the labs, or when you saw your first patient and did your first filling, or delivered your first denture, or perhaps when you passed your Crown's Gateway resit after the third or fourth time trying. The times you tried out new local food in Whitechapel and regretted it the next morning, and all those nights out as carefree students roaming the streets of London, although you might not be able to quite remember them all. This year has brought about unexpected and challenging obstacles. The multiple lockdowns, new PPE, and the race to complete all your requirements on time. You've all demonstrated remarkable tenacity, perseverance, and incredible resilience. However, I urge you not to let the circumstances of this year affect your friendships and relationships with each other, because in the end, you've all graduated, and that is what counts. You can go ahead and enjoy sunnier days together and leave the past where it belongs, in the spittoon. In a few months' time, you'll be undergoing your foundation training, and there will be moments of self-doubt. However, you must remember there is no success without failure, so do not be discouraged when obstacles arise, as every lesson learned makes you a better dentist. The role models you look up to have also stumbled across their own battles and risen above them. So may you find comfort in that as you grow within your career. Strive to be your best and to always improve your skill set. Give it your all with dentistry, and it will reward you with satisfied patients, purpose, and pride in oneself throughout your entire lives. On a more personal note, I want to say thank you to everyone for all your contributions to the student community during your time at Barts. Some of you have led societies, mentored students, won trophies for sports clubs, and much more. I would like to end with just asking you all to stay true to yourselves. Once you've figured out what gets you excited to wake up in the morning, what you're good at and what you enjoy, pursue it. Life is short. Live passionately, and you will enjoy a beautiful and happy life. Class of 2021, wherever you go and whatever route you take, remember to fly the Barts flag high and do us all proud as you have been already. You will always be part of the family here, and thank you for being such an amazing cohort. I wish you all the best of luck for your futures, and make sure to come back. And when you do, please bring me a present or two. I know you're earning now. Thank you. Lots of love.
Thank you for those lovely words, Milton. We would now like to bring the lovely Mr. Matthew Robertson, Barts and the London Students Association President of 2020 to 2021, to say a few words. If you could come up to the lectern, please.
members of the academic procession, guests, those watching from home, and most importantly, graduates of Barts and the London. Well, what a year it's been. Despite all the challenges, I'm so excited and glad to be able to stand here in person today as your Barts and the London Students Association President before you. Go on to your careers as new dentists of the world. Being able to share this moment together in person is something I know I and many of you will cherish forever. Not to mention the alternative option of personally delivering your BL badges and certificates to you all was not something I was wanting to do anytime soon. There's a lot of them. As I tried to figure out what to say during this speech, I started to reflect back on your last few years here. During Freshers' Fortnight, you met your new BL families, and at the boat ball, you dressed in your smartest clothes as you made your way along the River Thames. Fast forward a few months, and many of you were already forming some of the connections and friendships that still hold strong today, and that I know you'll take with you into your futures. It's also then that many of you will have started to settle into sports, societies, and volunteering at BL. Seeing you all get stuck into these groups, excel in academia, and support each other as well as our local communities over the past 3, 4, 5, 6, or even 7 years has not only been humbling, but inspiring. Dental school is hard at the best of times. But what you, as the class of 2021, have had to endure, and the way you handled it, is truly extraordinary. It's hard to put into words the amount of admiration and love I have for all of you. I saw you, my friends, my colleagues, dedicate one of your most stressful years at dental school to supporting the NHS, family members, and friends. This, and all of your other achievements, are a testament to the type of dentists you'll become. And I know that the staff sitting beside me, your loved ones watching from home or in the cathedral today, and the country are all so proud of you for this. I think you all deserve a round of applause. Now, I'll be honest, it was looking a little bit hit and miss for a few moments there, but thankfully, we now find ourselves here at St. Paul's Cathedral. Following countless conferences, ICAs, matches, merger cups, fried chicken meals, dental dinners, and free toothpaste samples, you have made it through all the highs and the lows to the end of your degrees. And for that, you should be incredibly proud of yourselves. Rites of Passage isn't just any ordinary graduation ceremony. It's a celebration of our graduates and their achievements. It's also where, like you have just done, our medical and dental students read the Declaration of Geneva and vow not only to do right by their patients, but to dedicate themselves to the noble principles of medical and dental practice. From this day forward, you become members of one of the oldest and most noble professions, the profession of healing. You follow the footsteps of great individuals who have come before you, some of whom are in this very cathedral right now or have generously supported this year's ceremony. Like them, I am sure that you will use your Barts and the London experiences, friendships, connections, and the knowledge you've gained here to prosper in your respective careers. Remember how lucky you are to have trained here in the heart of East London, surrounded by some of the best clinicians, researchers, and teachers. You may be moving on, but you won't be leaving any of that behind. Continue to apply the Barts and the London values of community, compassion, excellence, and sentiment to everything you do, and wear the title of Barts and the London graduate with pride. Of course, none of you would have been able to make it this far without the support of your family, friends, colleagues, and loved ones. I want you to take this moment to thank them. It saddens me that some of these important people in your lives can't be here in person this evening. But I know they're here in spirit, and thanks to the marvels of technology and our fantastic photography team, they're here via live stream as well. Hi everyone at home. Barts and the London Students' Association, Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, and Queen Mary University of London are all lucky to have had you as students. Each and every one of you have impacted this great institution in your own way, paving the way for the Barts and the London graduates of the future. Remember, you will always have a home here, so don't be strangers. Stay in touch through the Barts and the London Alumni Association, of which you are all automatically part of as BL graduates, and come back for our events, to join mentoring schemes, or just to say hi. I also wanted to take this opportunity to give a few thank yous. I wanted to thank our sponsors, Medical Protection Society, Barts and the London Alumni Association, and our alumni who have supported us through the Queen Mary Annual Fund. Without them, this evening's celebration would not have been possible. Secondly, I wanted to thank all the university and SMD staff who have shown us support through this difficult year and who have dedicated so much of their time to ensuring our graduates are well equipped to go into the world as fully fledged dentists. I am sure that, whilst they are sad to see you go, they'll be happy to have a short break from all the emails about GDC registration processes and timetabling. A special thank you to the BLSA board and its elected representatives, course reps, and others, as well as the DentSoc committee, who have been representing your needs throughout the year and working hard to give you a fantastic BL experience. I also want to thank Nicholas and the team at St. Paul's for allowing us to return to this extremely special venue and who have supported us through the regular restriction changes. I'm also indebted to Gary and his team who are filming and live streaming today's ceremony, thus allowing those at home to join in. Many thanks also to Dr. Oliver Trampleasure, who designed your programs and tickets and who's been doing so for so many years, it's now difficult to count. Thank you also to Queen Mary Students' Union and Marston Events for the services they have offered. This year's ceremony would not have been possible without the support from last year's VP and President team, Julia, Dr. Grace Catchpole, and Dr. Megan Annitz. Big thank yous to the stewards who are supporting us this evening, and may I say, looking fly doing so. Finally, I wanted to give a very, very special thank you to my two vice presidents, Andreas Hadji-Dimitriou and Tharabi Tharmapathy, who have organized and spearheaded this evening's event. This year has been a difficult one, to say the least. But through it all, you've supported me, worked tirelessly, and been my much appreciated counsel. You are excellent examples of what it means to be a BL student and remind me every day why I'm so proud to be studying here. Now, before I leave this stage for the final time this evening, I would like to invite staff, loved ones, guests in the cathedral, and those at home, as well as our graduates, to stand up. Now, standing where you are, take a look around at your colleagues. Amongst them are individuals who, over their past few years here, have found love, attended their first ever drag show, raised tens of thousands of pounds for Charity Week, dominated at Merger, organised national conferences, discovered what no hand starters means, and so much more. Join me in applauding them, our class of 2021, for all their hard work and the amazing things they have and will go on to achieve. You may be seated. Now, I know that the next few months will be both exciting and daunting for you all. Although today marks the reopening of the country following months of restrictions, we are all aware of the uncertainties ahead of us, as well as the impact the pandemic has had on the NHS and dental practice. And no doubt, the road ahead will be treacherous and perhaps even overwhelming at times. However, remember that you have all been through this before. And although this time you're doing it as qualified dentists, you're not alone. You have your fellow junior dentists, your solid knowledge base, and your BL community and spirit to support you through this. Class of 2021, you have got this. To our graduates, it has been a true honor to not only be your BLSA president, but your friend and colleague. Good luck to you all, and au revoir, or, in English, till next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Matt, for those heartwarming words. I would like to invite Professor Anthony Warrens, our Dean for Education, to the platform to conclude what has been a wonderful evening.
Faculty members and staff of Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry, friends and families, unusually remote today, some of you in these highly unusual circumstances, but still very much welcome. Friends and families of those who were our students, but who are now our professional colleagues, and most importantly, those colleagues themselves, you, the graduating class of 2021. It is a true delight to take a few moments to wish you well collectively from the university, having celebrated your achievements individually. The circumstances may be unusual, but the warmth of our enthusiasm for this event is, if anything, greater this year as we emerge from this most unprecedented period of our history. An old married couple were sitting in silence, reading the newspapers, when the wife turned to the husband and said, 40 years ago, on the day we were married, you looked at me and said, I love you. And you've never said it since. And her husband slowly puts down his newspaper, thought for a moment, turned to her and said, if I change my mind, I'll let you know. Well, rather less than 40 years ago, I too sat as you have been sitting today and gingerly crossed the platform. I was excited, nervous, proud, and was about to start enjoying a great range of varied opportunities and experiences. It had been a great decision to join one of the great clinical professions, and like the old man in my story, I have not changed my mind. It was a privilege then, it is a privilege now. When students join one of our clinical courses, I often meet them and share some thoughts. I will ask those fresh-faced, mainly school leavers, to look around at the other people they're with. At that stage, they would know almost no one in the room, but over the next few years, these were going to become the people they spent their days with, and sometimes more than their days. I would say they should look around. We knew that statistically there's likely to be one marriage in every dental class. You might have a better idea now if that prediction is likely to have been correct. I also asked people to look forward to a day that was then nearly 10 years in the future, but is now imminent for you, when you would be allowed to fly solo. You would be calling a patient to sit in a chair in your surgery and, closing the door behind you, sit with the patient as his or her dentist, unsupervised, the person from whom the patient was expecting and was entitled to expect the very best care possible. Your task at the beginning of the course was to spend the next 5 years making yourself as ready as possible to meet the needs of that as yet unknown patient. I suspect that would have been a simple, easily comprehensible message that autumn day in the middle of the last decade. But there is a danger that it may have become less simple, because you will have learned much more about the stresses of clinical practice, of the problems of the NHS and indeed of private practice. And many of you will have found their personal lives become more complicated, with significant debt, with family obligations, and many other issues. But in fact, nothing has changed, nothing at all. It is still true that there is no point in any of us being here if we do not put the patient at the center of our professional lives. We are here to serve that patient, and everything we do should retain that focus. It may be in direct patient care. It may be in supporting those who provide that care in the laboratory or the imaging department. Or it may be focused on teaching the next generation or advancing knowledge through research which might benefit the patient of the future. There's no harm in personal ambition, and you're not expected. Indeed, you must not subserve the needs of your patients to the exclusion of everything else in your lives. But the patient is the focus, the center point, and the justification for everything we do professionally. But it does not need to be as daunting as it sounds. You stand very tall as the well-trained graduates of this great dental school, and you arrive here because you are standing on the shoulders of giants. The giants who have made it the school it has become, but also who make it what it is today. And here I refer unashamedly to the superb cohort of educators, clinicians, and professional staff who make up this great dental school, some of whom are sitting adjacent to the platform today. It has been a privilege for us to start you on the great journeys of your career. We wish you well as we now bid you farewell. As you move on to the next phase of your career, we know how much you have to offer, and we know that you, the graduating class of 2021, will make us very proud. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Warrens. That concludes your Rites of Passage ceremony. We ask that you remain seated whilst the academic procession takes place.
Once the procession is over, you will be asked to leave the cathedral via the south transept doors, over here. Please stay in your seats until the stewards guide you towards the exit zone by zone.
Graduates will leave first. Firstly, Dome area, and then later on, North Transept. Stewards will be waiting for you outside to guide you round to the front of the cathedral, down to the crypt, to return your gowns.
Once all the graduates have left the cathedral, the stewards will guide the guests out.
Thank you so much for attending this ceremony today. It has been a privilege to put this on for you and celebrate your achievements with your loved ones here today. We hope this is a moment you will all cherish forever. Thank you. Please stand for the procession.